Hello, once again, Wall here. Today we are back with another stream. Let me turn the music up a little more. All right. Hopefully that's not too loud. Yeah, I think that should be good. Alrighty. Oh, hello once again. We are back with another stream. It's my birthday. Happy birthday, Weston. Happy birthday, Wally. Woo! Um, yeah, I'm pretty excited, I guess. I don't know. Birthdays are kind of one of those things where it's just like I don't know. Like, one second. I don't even know that number. I keep getting texts from like people I don't even know. Um, Birthdays are one of those things where it's like the positive part of me. Of course, the clock's going off. Um, is like yes, birthdays are important because the people who are important to us. It's like a celebration of the fact that they exist inside the world. Um, and it's a celebration of the day that they started existing, more or less. So the positive part of me is very like, yeah, birthdays, woo. But like the negative part of me is like, it's kind of just another day, and I lucked out this year having it on Saturday, um, which is one of my days off. But when it's on like a weekday, some of us don't really get the luxury of having your birthday be different than any other day. You know, like sometimes you just gotta like continue the day. Like I've had in the past few years, I've had at least two different birthdays where it was just going through the workday, coming home at the end of the day, like nothing special. Like I almost could have forgotten it was my birthday. Um, but I don't know. I'm excited, I guess, for my birthday. I turned 22 this year. Um, so yeah, and I started school early. So if you wanted to save you the math, I graduated 2020. COVID strong. Yeah, woohoo. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I figured here. Let me. Okay. Where is there? It is. 22 vape hits for each year I've been 22 dab hits, 22 blunt rotations. 22 spankings. All right, enough of that. So, the thumbnail I made today was kind of it was kind of inspired. One second. The thumbnail I made for today's video is, or I guess stream, is whoa. This is what happens. I smoke weed and start streaming, and I don't know what the fuck I'm on about. Inspired. I can't believe I couldn't think of the word inspired. Oh man. Bad sinus day. My apologies, as always. I always have, just unfortunately, but that's funny. I got a happy birthday text as well as a political voting for whoever text. Um, but the thumbnail I made is kind of inspired on the idea that as we go through life, we kind of come across these things that the experience ends up changing our lives and the trajectory of our lives, as well as like create such a strong impact on your personality that in the time of being around that, and in the time of existing with that and experiencing that for the first time, you never really understand how much of an impact it will have on your life in the long run. And it's just, I don't know, it's really weird to think about. And that's why I titled this stream Happy Birthday Stream, parentheses, Contemplating All of Existence, because and I guess that's in quotations because I'm more so limiting it to the human experience, because if we're contemplating all of existence, that goes into like, you know, the more extensive universe and stuff, and maybe towards the end of the stream I will get into that, but more so just the concept of existence itself, the concept of a person and of what makes a person and what impacts a person in the long run, and something that like it's so weird. And I'll kind of go back into this a little later as I get to it, but it's kind of like the Minecraft block I have. I never really thought about the fact that I was experiencing Minecraft for the first time and how that felt compared to how it is now, with how much knowledge I already have, and how like that young me playing, alpha version, like, basically because I started right before the Nether portal, like right before the Nether came, and like it, it's just like it's such a different experience now that I know everything. Even if I went back and played that version, it would bring a sense of nostalgia, but it wouldn't be the same. And it's like I never would have like imagined, as I was playing, as I was doing these little like random tasks, as these random events happen, as I played on these servers, I never would have thought how much of an impact something like that had in my life. And so I've kind of made a little thumbnail here where it's a little, little happy birthday cake, chocolate cake. I love chocolate cake, favorite cake. Actually, this cake is actually accidentally. See, and that's the thing about like the world and like your experience. Like this cake right here was subconsciously based off of a cake from a like video game that came with your computer from like a long time ago. Let me see. Let me see. Oh God, let me see if I can like. Oh my God! Holy shit! Dude, okay. let me stop sharing real quick this and start sharing. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know if you guys remember this, but this was one of like the OG computer games. Like when they started to get slightly more like extensive. Like obviously you got like your solitaire, your chess, your minesweeper. But this, as well as there was this one 3D brick break game, which was like, where like you move the platform back and forth and the ball hits it and bounces up and hits a brick and bounces it and you get power-ups. There was a 3D one that was like super, super, super fun. And this one right here. And this, I don't know who this lady is, probably a YouTuber who made a video about it. I'll have to check that out actually, because I'm kind of curious. But oh god, oh my god, I forgot about like character creation. Oh my gosh, that's insane. But anyways, right here is what I was kind of basing that cake off of, was this game's way to make cakes. Because you can, I think it was like square shape, heart shape, um, circle shape. And then you could have like, there's like 3 different flavors, 3 different frostings, topping. Yeah, oh my gosh. Wow. That's insane. I don't remember. Was that all there was? Was it just like character creation, cake making, and matching game? That actually seems about right. I don't remember much else besides. Anyways, I don't know if you guys remember this at all. Sorry, such a weird side tangent. Um, Alrighty. Oh wait, I got it. But anyway, so even this little like cake right here, to an extent, is subconsciously like built off of something that was an experience in my like childhood. Then, and like it's so. And the wildest part is I'm still like it's like an ever evolving thing. Like experiences compound, right? Now, granted, like in life, there's a lot of like, at least for the most part, the ones from childhood are very, very, very like crucial to you as a person. That being said, stuff can still happen that like will change a lot about your life. Even like, I mean, I've seen it with like, 50, 60 year olds where like something happens and it's a very, very big part of their life, even though it's so late in, and it just changes the trajectory of their life again. And it's crazy to think about. Now, and I obviously don't have everything down here that like I possibly could, but I kind of like was thinking like, okay, what items or what like things in my life are either very currently important to me or played an extremely big role in where I am today. And so that's kind of what I created here. And we'll kind of go through it. Oh shit, almost spilt my coffee. Alrighty. So first and foremost, got a little GameCube controller right here. Now, The GameCube was the first video game console I ever played. I couldn't tell you if the first video game I ever played was Mario Kart Double Dash or Super Smash Bros. Melee, both for the GameCube. I could not tell you, unfortunately. However, because I was literally playing those before I even had memory. However, those were the first two games I played, and I still love them to this day. I was oh god, I must have been like, I mean, probably about 3 when I started playing that, but I mean, I must have been like, trying to think. Like I don't know how old I was when I first saw it being played, but I must have been about 3, at the latest 4, but I don't think I was quite 4 yet when I played it. Um, but it really stuck with me a lot, especially Super Smash Bros. Melee. At first, like that was always my favorite. Mario Kart, I still love, and I kick fucking ass at Mario Kart. But Super Smash Bros. Melee especially really stuck with me a lot. Um, and the GameCube in general was such a big part. Um, Not only because the games were enjoyable and it was my first experience in video games, period, which had a huge impact, but also like one of the closest family members I have. I don't have like I have a very 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 big family because of a lot of like divorces and stuff. Um, I but like I what was I saying? Oh, but like even though I have such a huge family, I don't really have a lot of family members that I'm close to.
Happy birthday.
Oh, cool. We got little birthday flowers. Thank you. Can't even see if they're in shot. Hold up. Look at those. They smell good. Are they real? I mean, they're in water, so I'm assuming. But they look like they feel almost fake. They're very beautiful, though. But they are real. I really like these ones. Here, let me stop sharing for a quick. That's very beautiful. Now the bee issue is going to be even worse. Can I put these? Put the real flowers by the fake flowers. Okay. Can you guys see that? Probably not really well, unfortunately. Well, maybe we'll find a better place for that sometime. But, well, they probably should go there. I might just move the notebooks down a little bit so you can see it better. But, whew. Go back to sharing the screen. But what I was saying is, even though I have a pretty extensive family, I don't have a lot of family members that I'm particularly close with. And one of the few that I am is my aunt, who introduced me to the GameCube. So there's a lot of memories tied to that. Not only to just that initial, like, playing video games with her, but also I think it was either, I don't remember if it was the Christmas where I was 5 or 6, but and my brother would have been like, I don't know, like 9 or 10, something like that. But she, for Christmas, gifted us that GameCube as well as the games. And so most of the video games I played as a child, there were some PlayStation 2 games, but most of the video games I played as a child were GameCube games. Mostly, like I had A Thousand Year Door, I had Luigi's Mansion, Sunshine, uh, what else? A Scooby Doo one, the Nickelodeon All Stars. Uh, I'm not gonna go through all of them. There was quite a few, but the main two was Double Dash and Melee. And me, like just me by myself, but also me and my brother spent just days into that game, like into both those games. I mean, we would literally play through. What we would do is we would get the copy, right? We would have the copy. We would wipe the memory, and then we'd play through all the way until we unlocked everything. Well, okay, we weren't quite good enough to unlock everything at the beginning. So basically, what we would do is we'd play through as far as we could until we started getting stumped, unlocking everything we can, and then we'd reset and do it again and probably unlock maybe a couple more. And then we'd reset, unlock a couple more, so on and so forth. Um, and that was, I mean, I spent a lot of my early childhood, like ages like 8 and under, playing those games specifically. Um, but yeah, so, and that would also go on to like obviously like my love for Mario Kart for the Wii, even Mario Kart 8 I enjoy. But there's something about Double Dash and Mario Kart Wii that's just, my love for Smash Brothers Brawl. I know, like, even though I very much so, one of my favorite parts of Smash Bros is the competitiveness of it, and usually that would deter people from Brawl. I love Brawl. I played so much Brawl, like, as a kid. And I don't know, I just really, mostly like Subspace, and I loved King DDD, and Melee didn't have DDD. And I didn't have I never had a Wii U, so I never played 4. So I didn't play another game until uh, Ultimate. So, like, although I played a lot of Melee, Brawl was still like I really enjoyed it. Mostly Subspace. I played a lot of Subspace. Um, but yeah, so the GameCube really impacted a lot in my life. Not only jump starting my enjoyment of video games, but also like certain video games that have stuck with me to this day, like Mario Kart and Melee. Like literally, I mean, it's weird. It's like those games were some of my first memories of even existing, of even being alive. Like as far as I know, like in the fucking like cave shadow theory, like Melee and Double Dash have always existed for all of time. Like like obviously not, but if we're looking at it through like the cave and shadows way of like that's all there is to existence, then it's like there literally was not a time in my life where those things didn't exist, and it's crazy to think about. Um, all right, I think we'll go. Yeah, we'll kind of continue because we're already kind of talking about video games. I'll take a little vape hit though. This one tastes like a Jolly Rancher. These cards, because my fiance manages a dispensary, and these cards are not from hers. They are some that she got to be able to test, and they taste good. I like the taste. They hit good. they get you high, but they are harsh as fuck. Like, I don't know what they put into this, um, or like what they did to make it not go down as smoothly. It's good shit, but it's like it's harsh. Whew, I probably should have muted my mic for that one. Sorry about that, guys. All right. That was dumb. Moving on to the next layer down. I think I'll start with the Pokeball first. Pokemon has always played a really big part of my life, especially like early generations. Although I wasn't really playing them or alive during the early generations, I didn't have any of the new like consoles and stuff. So the early generations on emulators were really all I played. Pardon me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. But anyways, so oh my gosh. Hold up, I gotta let my dog out. All right, I'm back. All right, anyways, what I was saying with Pokemon is like not only watching it growing up, but also playing it. I don't know. It's one of those games that like it's popular for a reason. I don't really know how to explain my connection with because my connection with it isn't quite as much as my connection with Minecraft, but my connection with Pokemon is I don't know. I really don't know. It's just something I've really enjoyed for basically my entire life, like since I watched the cartoon as a kid. and I can't really explain my interest in it. But like, there's just something about going through the world and finding like these companions and training them up and creating a really solid team. Pokemon is one of those things that like not only do I just enjoy the creativity of it, of like different Pokemon and what they look like and what they could be and what a cool design would be, but also the completion aspect of Pokemon games really feeds like an itch that I have. There's something about like completing tasks or optimizing tasks that I really enjoy, and the thing about like going through the game and like either trying to catch as many Pokemon as you can and complete that, or try to create the most top tier team you can, and some like try to create a team that like rarely ever goes like dies or anything. I don't know. It's just there's something about like it's very. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it. I just like the way it's structured. I just really like it, the way it's structured. And generation, you know, 1, 2, and 3, um, like 4 and 5, I like, but 1, 2, and 3 are the ones I really like mostly played, especially 2 and 3. Um, I play a lot of Gold and Silver and a lot of Ruby, Sapphire, Fire Red, Leaf Green is most of like my experience in Pokemon. Obviously, I've played all the other ones, but like the ones that I spent like hours and hours and would play and restart and play and restart and play and restart were those kind of generation 2 and 3, which luckily were easy to get like emulation wise in a lot of places. I don't know how long I've been muted. Um, what I was saying is, when it comes to Minecraft, I literally could not imagine my life without Minecraft existing in it, which sounds insane, but I have spent so much time with Minecraft that like I really don't know. I don't know who like what kind of person I would be if I didn't have Minecraft in my life. Because the thing is I spent so much of my time and my life playing Minecraft that like not only were a lot of my experiences built through that, but I don't know what I would be doing, like what I would have done or experienced if it wasn't Minecraft. Because the thing is, I've probably put a year of my life into playing Minecraft. Now, I don't have the exact statistic. I'd like to think that, you know, when we die, we actually get a list of every statistic ever of our life, and we can go through and look at them. And just doing simple math, it is very, very, very likely that I've spent at least a year of my life playing Minecraft. Um, with all the summers that I have spent putting like 6 to 8 hours in a single day into Minecraft for like days on end, it's like that combined with the fact that like every time we don't have power, me and my fiance play Minecraft. And like when we first got together and we, what is this? Do you guys see this? What the heck? What the heck? What the hell? What's up, my queen? What's up, my queen? He's like a little snake wrapped around me. He's so big, dude. He's a big cat. I love you. I love you. What's up? Oh, love bugs. Lovers. I love this. I love this. I love this babies. Oh, what's up? What's up? Oh, does your brother want in? You're like, I don't care. I'm sitting on you. You're a good cat, Green. You're my best friend. Unironically, like obviously my fiance is my best friend, but like not counting her, and I guess my mother-in-law and I are pretty close. But honestly, like literally, I think if we're not, if we're talking like best friend that isn't my literal life partner, my best friend is this cat. Jinguin is amazing. He's so awesome, and me and him have such a good friendship, huh? Yeah, we're best friends. You know, first time I ever met Jinguin, he lay on me. Yeah, that's right. Because you were moms for, well, only a couple weeks before we started dating, actually. Oh, Honda wants in. I know. I'll let him in a second. But yeah, Jinguin was my fiance's. Like my fiance got him. I mean, only a few weeks before we started dating. I think like maybe a month, and then probably about a month after that is when I first met him. Um, maybe a couple weeks. I don't know. Like I think she probably knew you for anywhere from a month to 2 months before I did. And then I came to her house and we were laying on the bed and Jinguin came right up to me and did this. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah. He knew. He's like, we're gonna be friends. I was like, yeah, we are. And 4 years later, um, damn, almost like yeah, like more than 4.5, almost 5 years. Like 4.5 years later, we still best buds. Damn, Jinguin, you make me look cute. Your cuteness, it transfers. I look cuter with you in my lap. I gotta let your brother in. I'm sorry. Oh. Sorry, Jingweed. Come back and you can sit back down, Jingweed. Okay. He's like, nope, I'm gone. You fucked that up. I was being cute and laying with you, but you had to let the dog in. Oh man. Oh, this stream is going on for a while. I'm not getting to the point about anything. Anyways, what was I saying about? Oh yeah, I've probably put a year of my life into playing Minecraft, and that's not counting all the amount of time I've put into watching Minecraft videos or content, all of the time I've put into listening to Minecraft music or parodies. Um, which I'm actually thinking of doing a stream about revisiting Minecraft parodies because it's been a minute since I've listened to them, and I like came across one. I was like, oh god damn, and it actually kind of bopped, and I was like, damn, all right, this holds up. But there's a lot that don't, and I know that, and I want to like go through it. It would be fun to go through and watch them. Hey, be nice to the cat. Hey, Hondo, be nice to the cat. That was rude. You guys probably saw that. I don't know if you saw him actually like being a dick to the cat, but you probably saw him jump off the bed. You be nice. He's like, no, I'm never nice. Oh, he's crawling. He's crawling his ass under the bed to go fuck with the cat. But I have had a lot of friendships form over online Minecraft. I've had a lot of friendships in real life form by like coming and just playing on like the same Xbox. I literally like this YouTube channel started out as a Minecraft YouTube channel. Like, which is wild to think about. Jesus Christ. Life is weird, dude. Life is fucking weird. But yeah, no, I mean like I don't know, it's just had such an impact on my life. Of like and it like I don't know, it's crazy. It literally every aspect of it hits exactly what I want in like a video game. Like tasks to complete, multiple tasks to complete at any pace I want, right? So that I can be like it totally fits like because I'll be just like trying to think of what I'm saying. Right, I can work on the farm, and then I finish up a piece of the farm, and I realize, oh, I need more materials, so I go mining. And then after I go mining, I realize, oh, you know what? I could maybe use this thing in my farm. Let me go adventuring a little bit, see if I can find a jungle to get melons. And then I adventure, and then I find something that isn't a jungle, and then I'm like, oh, okay. And then I collect resources, and then I go back, and then I realize, oh, now that I have this resource, I could do this to my house, and then I do that. And then I realize, oh, okay, you know, I feel like I'm at a good spot. I have good enough materials. I haven't been to the nether yet. Let me, you know, you have little tasks that you can complete at any time. and I really like that, as well as just the creativity of being able to build whatever you want, and like make your house look like however you want is really nice, and as well as like it kind of the way I like to build like my houses and stuff is kind of like the way I live my life as a pack rat of like I, if you if you look at like my me and my fiance's place, all the stuff we have is like little things that like we found or that we got from like our time existing, I guess. And each one of them has like a little like story with it, or like there's like a reason why we have it, you know. And it's not like it's not like we found this place and we're like, okay, we need to fill this wall, and we went out and bought stuff specifically for it. It's just like we collected stuff throughout our time and put it where it would fit best and look the best. And that's kind of like how I like making my base, where it's like I like to have like a starting point and then like a way that you can branch it out so that you have like as you go on throughout, you have little sections. One of my favorite, and I don't think I'll ever be able to experience the world again now that I think about it, because it was on our PS4, or rather Zoe's PS4, that got totally fried um, because of a power surge and does not work anymore. And I don't know if we could probably find a way to get that safe, but it's just unfortunate. I gotta use the restroom here in a minute. But that world was literally actually here. I'll use the restroom and then I'll come back so I can kind of draw out like how it was, because it was cool. All right, I'll just keep the music playing. All righty, I'll be right back. Alrighty. Okay, so can imagine. All right, and then there was kind of okay. So trying to think exactly how we had it. So the house was like this. For the most part. Something like that. And basically that's all we had. And there was a mountain going up here, and there's like a river that went around. That's basically it. And so as we added on, like we eventually added the farm kind of out here on the side, a tree farm back here, another portal up here, a rail system that went to another area a little ways away. And then over here was like a village that we didn't even notice until like way later, like on top of the mountain that we didn't even know was there. There weren't any villagers in it. It was like a destroyed one. So we had to like repopulate it, rebuild it, fence it in, make it, and we actually made it really nice. And this world has so much time put into it with the two of us, and it's so unfortunate that it's gone. But yeah, another portal was back here. Um, our beds were in here. Underneath, I'll put like a red to show that it's underneath. Underneath, because there was a little staircase that went downward right in this corner, kind of. And underneath was a big chest room. Down some stairs was a netherwart farm. Down some stairs, I don't even remember. Yeah, I think we put our enchantment room right here, down some stairs this way, under the water, which was super cool. And it was like a glass dome, was our brewing stand. And then going downwards this way with like a little kind of, I don't remember if you could see it underwater or not, but with like a little lava floor underneath was our smelting room with a bunch of different furnaces and stuff. And that was like all underground. I don't know. It was really cool. I wish we didn't lose that world, but just like the little pieces being added, because literally all it was at first was this house right here. It was just like, and it wasn't even this section. This section was added later to make like a little nice cool room. This was it. Oh, what's up, Jingwing? And then we added. I think I added the chest room while she did the farm. And then the nether portal would have had to be somewhat after. Probably the tree farm was first, and the nether portal and enchantment room would be around the same time, and then like nether warts and brewing. And then the only reason we made this furnace room was just because we were sick of using like the like 5 furnaces we had. And then we like spent a lot of time on the village. So this looks like a jumbled mess, but if you follow it along, it makes sense. Wow, 2 shelves completed, and we've been streaming for like 50 minutes. I guess we'll go down to this one real quick. I feel like this one's a pretty self-explanatory, or a pretty easy one to explain, rather, not self-explanatory. Although it kind of is. Music has always been a really big part of my life. I think music is kind of a big part of a lot of people's lives. There aren't very many people who like just don't really have somewhat of a connection to music. Just it just kind of is one of those things that we can all like relate to some extent. I do know people who are like, yeah, I don't really fuck with music, or at least know of. I don't really personally know anyone who's like that, but I have known of people who have at least said that. But it's like, really, how can you like? There's not a single song that you're like, all right, cool, like, okay. But music has always been a big part of my life, and the piano is actually the first instrument I ever learned how to play. It was actually an actual piano. Um, but the thing about like, and like later in like 6th grade, I played saxophone for quite a while, and then like back in high school, I got a keyboard. Um, the weird thing about me and music, though, is I can't really do it correctly. Like, I am not. I can't really read sheet music, or like at least not quick enough to play. Like, in fact, when I played saxophone, I would literally go through each sheet music before we played it and write down like the letter of the note I had to play, because I knew all the notes by the letter, not by the sheet music. So I'd be like, okay, A, B, B, A, G, C, B, high A, B, G, Um, and it worked. And like I was able to play like that perfectly fine. And even to like the same extent. Sorry, that's probably the thing that got added by accident that is asking if I want to save. That dot's not supposed to be there. um, but anyways, to that same extent, like I can't really like get a sheet of piano music and just play it, you know. And I know that sounds wild, but like it just doesn't really like. I don't know. And like I know if I practiced a lot, maybe I could, one day. But like it just doesn't really like gel that way. But what I can do is I can hear a song, or I can listen to a song, and I can kind of transpose it onto the piano, onto the keyboard. I can make the keyboard sound like how I want it to sound. I just can't relay the notes, if that makes sense. I can't be like, okay, this means this note, this note, this note, as well as this note, this, like it just, my brain doesn't work like that for some reason. But if I heard the song I could then fiddle around with the piano and make a very, very similar, like a pretty similar sounding song. Um, which is weird, I know, but I don't know. It's like it's very like backwards way of like doing music, and for some reason I don't know, the normal way doesn't work. So I don't know. As well as just like music in general that I've listened to from like other artists. Just I mean, I don't even have to explain. Like anyone who's listened to music or anyone who like enjoys a certain artist or feels like there's like a certain artist that kind of like speaks to them can understand like what I mean. Um, and I guess to that extent, we'll move on to the Doja Cat album. My apologies about not drawing it very well. I didn't have very many pixels to work with, so I promise no shade at all, just bad artisticness on my end. My apology. I think it still turned out pretty good. It still looks pretty similar to the album. Can you can see right here the actual album. But yeah, Hot Pink is the first album that I heard of Doja Cat. It was the first time ever listening to Doja Cat for me, and I fell in love. Um, Now, I'm granted, and I won't go through every artist that I grew up listening to or every artist that I currently listen to, because there are a lot. There's a lot of artists that like have impacted my taste in music, um, or impacted me in some way over the years. But none, I don't think, quite as much as Doja Cat, and by extension, Doja Cat's Hot Pink album. Um, I fell in love with her music, and I couldn't really put my finger on it, but I fell in love with her music right away. And like I really really fucked with the Hot Pink album. And then when like the other albums came out, I still really really fucked with them. And I really like there's not a lot of songs that I'm that I dislike like from Doja Cat, and there's a lot of songs that I really fuck with from Doja Cat. Um but yeah, I don't know. Like the thing is like when I first heard the album, it was more so just like, oh, I really fuck with this. I like this, and I listened to it a lot. But like, I, after a few years, it went from like I really fuck with like Doja Cat's music to like Doja Cat's music actually like helped me come into my own femininity. And I guess I don't really know how to quite explain that, but I guess like in her own confidence of being a bad bitch, it helped me in my confidence of being a bad bitch. Um and like I don't know. There's just something about like because when you get a song that you relate to, singing along to it's really nice and vibing along to it, especially if you're smoking a little. Um but vibing or even singing along to a song that not only you fuck with, but like maybe some of the lyrics or just some of the like um mannerisms you can really really relate to. It's like a certain feeling that's not really quite like I don't know. It's like when you really relate to a song and can vibe with it. It's so like it's really nice. And there weren't any artists that I vibed with in the same way as Doja Cat, and that I could relate to in the same way as Doja Cat. There were like because it's not that I relate to her in terms of like, oh, I know exactly what her life was like, but more so like in the way that she expresses herself and expresses her femininity is a way that I like eventually have come to look at and like admired and kind of felt very like, I don't know, I can definitely like the more feminine parts of myself, I feel like I really connect to a lot of Doja Cat's art and like how she carries herself, I guess. I know that I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like the way she sings, the way she like the type of music she has, the kind of just bad bitch behavior. I really like it has really made me feel like a lot more comfortable with myself, I guess. Um I don't really know how to explain that, but in terms of like the kind of life journey that I have been on, uh Doja's music has just kind of like unlocked a door of like feminine expression that I didn't really have before. At least in terms of music. So I guess I really appreciate her because of that. And a few other artists to that extent. But yeah. So I guess moving on from there. Ugh. Actually, moving on from there, I'm going to take a quick break. Yeah, hair in my mouth. Alrighty. So I guess we'll pop up here real quick because this is pretty easy to explain. Actually, we'll kind of go full. So right up here we have my animation stuff, my drawing pad, and my notebook. Um, oh, neck pop. I've always really enjoyed drawing and really enjoyed animation from a very, very young age. I would doodle a lot as a kid, and And I remember the first time I started like actually keeping like a drawing notebook was in 5th grade, I believe. Um, I don't know. There's just something about not only drawing, but just like and like being able to draw something and create something from just lines and maybe like some color filled in, but also animation, like the ability to move something inanimate. Oh, I can get hair. I got like this hair in my mouth. I think it's the same one. I don't think I got it. What's up, Gene Green? You come back? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Gene Green back. Um, but anyways, they're I don't know. There's something about being able to convey so much emotion and being able to draw and like animate something so cleanly and have like especially fight scenes is one for me of like animating, but it's like to be able to put so much personality and so much energy into something like that has always been so impressive to me, and has something I is something I've been interested in my whole life basically. Like I I've always like I never really thought about like the idea of I don't know, it's weird because like I did do like little like Minecraft animations back in the day. Um which I don't think you can like it I think that video is privated, one of them, and the other one doesn't exist. Because it was actually an animation I did for someone else's channel and they did. But the I don't know. It's like it's not something I never really thought about just like doing with my life fully because it was something that was always like looked down upon. But I always like I don't know, cartoons, animation in general has always been such a I don't know, such an outlet for me and something I've enjoyed so much and been so amazed by. And especially if you look, I got the right there. A little like kind of drawing of a signature. Unfortunately, I do not have such signature, but of the late Monty For those of you who don't know Monty um, he actually did a lot of stuff. Dead Fantasy, I believe, is what it's called. Before Rooster Teeth, but he worked with Rooster Teeth and kind of made Rooster Teeth's shows what they are in a way. Um, Red versus Blue existed before Monty Ohm, and the story was getting pretty intriguing before Monty Ohm. But the animated fight scenes he brought and the energy he brought and the fact that the freelancer arc would have been nothing compared to what it was without him. He elevated that show to a level, an insane level that like is almost incomprehensible. And like if you were a fan of Red versus Blue, you were like flabbergasted by season 8, and you were blown away by 9 and 10. Like some of the greatest, like, and I know like the writing, it wasn't Monty, but like the animation and the fight scenes that he did made that arc perfect, like perfect. It like this dude was probably the greatest choreograph animator in the world. Like there's a lot of good choreograph animation, and there's a lot of people who specialize in choreograph animation and choreograph fight scenes, and like the stuff, like obviously like the stuff that's in like um jingling. Um Why is it? That's weird. That's a weird like bone in your chest. It's normal though. Um. Ow, ouch. Okay. Like obviously, like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And I think those people also worked on My Hero, which My Hero has some really good fight scenes. It's just a shame that it falls into the kind of weird and kind of gross shit that a lot of anime does, unfortunately, because the fight scenes are really, really good. But that's why Full Metal Alchemist exists, because it doesn't really fall into that, or at least not much. There's like one scene. Um, but like I know those like that choreographed fighting is amazing. But I genuinely think if Monty hadn't passed away when he did, and rest in peace, and love and prayers, and I don't really like. Obviously, I'm not really much for like a love and prayers kind of person. I don't think that really, but like genuinely, like I do feel for the people who don't have him in their life because I didn't even know the guy, and I feel the effects of him not being around. Due to like his work in animation. Because the thing is like if you look at Ruby and what he did and the creativity of the fight scenes he thought of, and like the work that he did, like no matter what you feel about Ruby, Montium's fight scenes were amazing and brilliantly thought out, and the fight scenes were just, I mean, it was just everything. Like he was a genius. And like if he had the opportunity to like continue with his art and continue with his work, and he didn't unfortunately pass away, like I have no doubt that he would have been remembered as the greatest fight choreographer ever, or just the greatest animated choreographer ever, because like even his dance choreography was amazing. um I don't know, Montiom, I mean, 80% of my drive to create and animate and make what I want to make is probably due to that guy, which is insane. Like the literally just the his work on animated fight scenes is why I want to have such an emphasis on animated fight scenes in Blueberry and Tika. Um, and obviously what I'm doing is a little different. He had choreographed fight scenes that were done in 3D, and I'll be doing them in 2D. But even still, just the concept of what he does, like the artisticness. Like I don't think, like some of the fight scenes I watch from him, like I feel like I find something new from each time I watch. Um, so yeah, he was just a huge, 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 huge part of my love for animation. Honestly, like his shit blew my mind. Like I didn't think something could be so just good, like in terms of like what was happening for the story and for like visually. Like there's a reason the text fight scene has as many views on YouTube as it does. Like it's not only like animated really well, but visually it's like it's such a creative, like the part where like they're doing rockets and portals is like, I don't know. um and I guess we're already on this little scene right here, but this is just a little mushroom. um I won't really go too far into this one, but when it comes to the kind of my experience with like certain psychedelics and certain drugs or even weed, those obviously played a big role in my life. There's nothing I could like. There's like, so I kind of have to like address like, and it's not even the fact that it's like, because I mean mushrooms, certain drugs. Here's the thing: people lie about drugs. Certain drugs, if you're really smart and really safe and really moderate, there's certain drugs that just really aren't an issue like people act. You know, there are certain drugs that's like, yeah, don't do meth, don't do heroin, don't do crack, probably don't even do cocaine realistically, especially like with the fact that you don't know where you getting that shit. Like even if you got pure cocaine, probably not the best. Um, like there are way worse drugs than cocaine, but even cocaine, probably not. But if you're looking at like weed and mushrooms, I think are the two. There's a couple other I won't really get into that I have done and that I think have a lot more requirements of safety because of the fact that they're more synthetic. Mushrooms are very, very natural and like doesn't mean they're good for you. I mean, like just because something natural doesn't mean it's good for you. There's so many berries that kill us, you know. And you literally like your body rejects mushrooms. It's literally like get this poison out of me, like. But that being said, the mental what it can do for your mental state is there's a lot to look into. I'm not gonna sit here and say do drugs, kids. Just kidding. This stream is marked not for kids. Um, but I'm not gonna like sit here and tell you to not do drugs or sit here and tell you to do drugs. But I think you should really look into everything and like maybe looking into the positive effects of marijuana and mushrooms. Who knows? Who knows? You know. Um, but yeah, I think that a part of the issue with drugs in this country is the fact that we're so unwilling to actually separate certain drugs from others. You know, I mean, it's like when you act like weed and meth are on the exact same level, and someone smokes weed and they realize, oh, well, this isn't like an issue at all. Then maybe they start smoking meth because if weed and meth are on the same level and weed hits like this, I mean, how bad can meth be? Right. So I think we do need to like as a like society be a lot more realistic on like how negative drugs can be, right? Because like for example, like doing acid once, if you got it safely and you know that it's good, probably not gonna fuck you up. In fact, it's probably gonna open your mind a little bit to some stuff and like it's not gonna fuck you up for life. But I personally know a person who was dealing acid and was running from like getting like I think he was running from the cops or something, or he was running. I think it was the cops, and he put the acid in his shirt to hide it and to like keep it there while he ran, and his sweat bled it through, and now he is like in an assisted living situation because like he can't function on his own because he's permafried, right? So there is like a reasonable like some drugs are like everything's bad in a lot. Like I mean, like let's look at the legality of alcohol. It's so legal, but it's one of the easiest things to kill yourself with, realistically. like like so it's just all about moderation. But the thing is like where you look at like okay, maybe doing acid a few times in your life. Okay, not bad. Doing acid constantly, it's gonna fuck you up and fry your brain, right? If you're doing acid like once a week for a year, that's gonna have some lasting effects. It's just going to. I'm sorry. Um, but the thing is, it's like it's not really that cut and dry. Like meth isn't really something that you can just be like, oh, just try it a few times throughout your life. You know, so I think we do need to be more realistic about the differences and certain levels of safety and non-safety for drugs. That being said, certain drugs have definitely Jingli's being cute on the ground affected and changed the course of my life slightly. At least for how I think about certain things. And I guess speaking of weed, this is my fiance, my baby love, my favorite person in the entire universe. Um, just a quick little drawing of her, nothing crazy, but it's a pretty decent drawing. I think I got her down pretty good. Um, some space buns, her purple shades, that one orange tank top she has, her green sweats, blunt. I love her. She's my best friend. We met in 6th grade, and it is not even like speculation. It is just straight up fact that my life would not be the same with her not in it. It just wouldn't. Like my life would be. I don't even know. I even more than Minecraft. Yeah, babe, I love you more than Minecraft. I could live without Minecraft. I could live without you. No, but like I literally don't know what my life would be like. I can maybe speculate a little bit, but I don't know what my life would be like if Zoe wasn't in it. It just like I don't know. And I know this is all supposed to be like about certain parts of my life that like were changed drastically because of like something existing or some person existing or some person being in it or some experience I had, but like the friendship I had with Zoe that eventually became like an actual relationship, and now she's my fiance, which is wild to think about, and the life that we've had and the 10 years we've spent together. That's insane. It's more than 10 years now. It's like 11 or something like that. Jesus. Half my life, half of my life would be entirely different without Zoe. And probably, when's everything said and done, almost all my life. Like literally there is 11 years that my life wouldn't have been different. Everything after that would have changed. Everything. I can't even comprehend it. And I'm glad I don't have to, because I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm so happy. I love her. She's my best friend, man. She's like not only would my life be so different without her in it in the beginning, but now that I have her in my life, I don't know what I would even do. I don't even know what I'd do without her in my life. Like I don't know what the amount like obviously she's my fiance, so obviously my life, like a lot of my life, it has to do with her, but it's like the amount and how long I've gotten used to one of the first or maybe even only people I go to with something when something happens, or I see something funny, or I hear about something terrible, like has always been her, and hopefully will always be her. And it's like I would have to change so much of like there would be so many times early on of like me being like, oh man, Zoe, oh, you know, like I literally, I, bro, I can't even think about this. It make me sad. This is making me sad. I'm just happy that I have her in my life, and like I don't even know where I'd be without her. For real, like actually, Probably dead. Probably dead. If I'm being realistic, like probably dead, or at the very least, if we didn't get together when we did, I'd probably be dead too. Like honestly, I I was in a pretty bad point in my life. Uh, when we got together, I was actually getting a little better. I was at a better point in my life than like a year before that, but I was still like, or about year or two, a year and a half. But like I don't know, I am in so many ways the person I am today because of her, and in so many other ways allowed to be the person I am and express the person I am because of her. So, shout out to her, I guess. No, I love her so much. She's awesome. I think that only leaves the babes. Look at these motherfucking goons. Look at what is wrong. What is wrong here? Ah, damn, I didn't get Jinguin colored all the way? Damn, hold up. Damn, that's unfortunate. I mean, I can change that now, but it doesn't really matter. I already put it as the thumbnail. Damn. Damn. That's real unfortunate. Oh shit. I always do that. I always miss at least. Dang. That's unfortunate. Alright, either way though, the babies, you guys have probably seen them throughout the streams. I got them, I guess I got them lined up. Youngest to oldest if you're looking left to right, but we got Koda on the end, Mr. Coco. He's so cute. Oh, he's right here. Yeah, he's a lab. Yeah. Um, Ivory Lab, which I know this looks like a yellow lab, but that's because so does he. They say he's ivory, but he's a little toasted. You could probably put. No. Okay. But Coda is our lab. He is 10, 10 and a half. Oh, can you guys see Jinguin? I don't know if you can see him from that angle. He's cleaning himself. Gross. Can. Yeah, you can. But yeah, Coco's our 10 and a half year old ivory lab who's a little over toasted. He's a little yellow compared to what he should be. He doesn't look like, you can tell he's not a yellow lab, but he looks like half, like his stomach's perfectly white, but his back's like yellow. So he literally looks like he got a little toasted on one side, like a little marshmallow. And then we got Jinguin. You guys met Jinguin in this stream. He's my baby boys. He's my boys. Like Koda and Hondo, all of them are my boys, and all of them are Zoe's boys. But Koda and Hondo, the dogs are kind of like gravitate towards Zoe, and like Jinguin for some reason just loves me. Like I don't know. I'm mommy to him. He loved me. I don't know why. Me and him have just always had a really close bond. And me and Coda too. Me and Coda are best friends, and me and Hondo, like, I love Hondo to death, and me and him have become little friends too. Like, but like, I don't know. Like, they're all my kids, and I love them so much, and like, I couldn't imagine life without them. But Jane Green, like, that's my son. Like, that's literally like I birthed this motherfucker right here, right, right here. I birthed this boy. I birthed I birth. I birth him. Yeah. But this little dude right here, his little big nose. I love him. I love him so much. You can see him right there. And then obviously Hondo's our puppy, our beagle puppy. And he's a little fucker, but I love him to death. He's a little Mr. Mans. He's so cute. These are my sons. Don't talk to me or my sons ever again. But yeah. Another thing in my life that I could not imagine being without. I love Koda and Hondo and Jinguin so much, and they mean so much to me. Like, they're literally my kids. Like, I literally, like, they're who I think of when I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get back home. I mean, obviously if Zoe's home for the day, but like usually I'm home before her, so it's like I'm usually like, gotta get back to the babies. But yeah, I think that kind of sums up everything. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I just wanted to kind of go over this because I thought it was so interesting about how, like, all these little things and all these, like, random things that could have just not existed ever have, like, affected my life in so many ways and have impacted so much. Like, this little game right here about dirt blocks, my life would be entirely different without it. This human right here, one move, like, to a different state, different. Like, if that move never happened, never would have met her. My life entirely different, entirely different. And it's I don't know. It's fucking insane to think about. Like, and everybody has these things, these little, like, pieces of memory that, like, they're so impactful, and you never really think about it, like, in the time or like when it first happens, and you can never expect what's going to impact you in that way until it already has. You know, it's just wild. I don't know. It's just crazy to think about. I don't know. Either way, though, I'm probably gonna end the stream right here. So, feel free to comment if there's anything, like this, I guess, in your guys' life that really have just really, really impacted how you view everything and how you live, you know? And even if it's like, it doesn't even have to be, I mean, it could be literally anything from a person that's in your life to like a video game or TV show or a piece of music to a hobby to just something that you found that you're good at and enjoy to just an event in life, But I don't know. It's just wild because I feel like everybody has these little bookshelves right here full of, and obviously this is a pretty simplistic version. These are just like the few like main ones I could think of, but it's just, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. But either way, I am gonna end the stream here. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you to everyone who showed up during or anyone who watched after the fact. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night or day. whatever it is. And I hope you guys have a great happy birthday whenever your birthday is. Whether it was a few days ago, a few days from now, all the way at the other side of the year. Either way, happy birthday wishes from me to you. So, peace out, awesome people.